Phnom Penh is a city with big ideas. The Cambodian capital is being shaped as an assertive, bold centrepiece of national growth and modernisation. And for that, Phnom Penh needs elbow room, and plenty of it. This is development Cambodian style. Stand in the way and you're likely to get bashed, crushed or even jailed. The Bongkak Lake site is a 10-minute drive from the city centre and one of thousands of neighbourhoods around the country taken by authorities for development. In recent years, almost 500,000 residents have been forcibly evicted nationally. In the thick of this melee, Tep Vanny, who's lived here for 20 years. The elderly woman being bundled into a police van is grandmother Chan Meng. Two women from a brave band of 13 who've come to symbolise the struggle against rampant land seizures and evictions by a government favouring developers and cronies. A company owned by a ruling party senator is planning an $80 million development of Bongkak Lake. The BK13 refused to go. The BK13 have been to hell and back in the battle to save their homes. Much of their neighbourhood may have been razed, the lake filled in, but there's still plenty of fight. Vanny's home now doubles as campaign headquarters. Phanan Kun, forced eviction brings back painful memories of Cambodia's darkest days. She's been forced from home before when the Khmer Rouge controlled the country. She was sent to work on the land. The current drama over land ownership has its origins in that period of Pol Pot's rule. His Khmer Rouge killed millions of Cambodians, and in pursuit of their Year Zero doctrine, they also eradicated the notion of private property. Land title was extinguished. It's been a test of Cambodia's leadership since, to restore a viable system of ownership.
Send us the number of the guy that we've got to contact so that my paralegals can go out and do the checks.
Australian Matt Rendell has been drawn into a fierce national feud. He knows Cambodia's new land laws intimately. He helped draft them.
I'm in the legal game. I mean, we're at the top of that profession here. We help draft laws. We mix at the very highest level of government. The advice we gave, the concerns we expressed, on the whole were dealt with, I think, in the law. We were satisfied with the law when it came out, and we're still satisfied with the law. It's the implementation of the law, that people have concerns with.
Under the new law, people who can prove they'd occupied land for at least 5 years before the law was passed have ownership rights. But proving that is difficult, and without documents, people occupying valuable land have little power against wealthy and well-connected developers.
You could get a situation where somebody's land's become valuable and somebody decides they want it and sort of ignore the fact that there are people on that land. And they try to use the fact that we don't have proper paperwork or use these situations to their advantage. Whether you do or don't win a court case, I think it's fairly well known in Cambodia, it oftentimes will depend upon issues other than law, whether it's political influence or whether it's money. Again, judges are not paid that well, so money talks. So if you're a wealthy business person, you've got that advantage. The people being kicked off the land don't have the financial wherewithal to be able to make these payments. And I think it's no secret that, in these countries, and this one included, the courts will respond to payments of money.
In 2006, when the spate of evictions was just beginning in Cambodia, foreign correspondent visited people who were being forced from their homes in Phnom Penh to a site about 25 kilometres from the city centre. With just a few $100s in compensation, they were sent to an open field to fend for themselves. We don't know his name or his fate, but 6 years later we set out to find the man yelling in the rain, appalled by his treatment. We start our search at the place we last saw him. The resettlement site has become Andong Village, made up mostly of a motley collection of corrugated iron shacks.
So where do we go? Up this way?
Just go to the market and walk to the left, to the east. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. He's now 64, and we find him squatting in the doorway of his mega house.
Is he there? Susadai. Saksabai. Is this you?
Yeah, it's my pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my pictures on the first time that I arrived from Phnom Penh.
His name is Chan Meng, and he remembers his eviction like it was yesterday. In the years since, not much has improved for him. He still doesn't have running water or power, and despite assurances, he hasn't been given land of his own by the government. He has temporary shelter, but he could be moved on at any time. His house belongs to a Christian charity, but it's a stretch to call it a home. It's seriously dilapidated and certainly not weatherproof. Even worse, it's a putrid health trap. Stagnant water crawling with larvae, like something from a horror film.
You're very strong. You're tough.
But no, no con
Chan Meng's shack is part of a resettlement site that's now one of the country's biggest slums, home to about 2,000 families. Many of them live on top of what's effectively an open sewer. All of the women who live on this row are widows or single mothers. Nguyen Tom tells me that life has been a struggle since she was moved here 6 years ago. She has 5 children now, and believe it or not, they're all about to be evicted again. This row of houses is to be demolished for a new road and sewer, certainly better for those who stay, but diabolical for those moving on. It's unclear if the families uprooted again will get compensation or where they'll be relocated to.